Hello, Rev John Musson here. There's a harvest theme in this week's worship. In your classrooms, as we begin, please light your candle. The Lord is here. The Lord is with us. Anyone know what this is? It's a piece of coal. Now, coal gets very hot when lit, and people still use them in open fires today. It's not very good for the environment. You might know that coal is used in one of my favourite things, steam trains, to make the steam that drives the engine. When I was young, lots of people had coal fires, and someone called a coalman drove around on a big lorry, delivering coal like this, in open sacks, to people's houses. Sometimes bits of coal fell out of the bags, and children used to collect the bits up and take them home, keeping the streets tidier. In olden times, some poorer families had to send children out to collect these pieces of coal, as they couldn't afford any themselves. Collecting things like this is known as gleaning. A long time ago, many years before Jesus even, there were two people called Ruth and Naomi, a daughter-in-law and her mother-in-law. They were very close and cared for each other. Here's what happened.
Here's Ruth. She followed God and tried to do what was right. She lived with her mother-in-law, Naomi. Ruth and Naomi were sad because lots of difficult things had happened to them. There was a famine in the country, so not much food was around. They were far from home, and so Ruth and Naomi decided to head back to where they had come from near Bethlehem to see if there was more food there. When they arrived back, it was just after harvest time. One day, Ruth worked hard in the fields all day, collecting stalks of wheat that had been left on the ground, gleaning it and taking it home. All this was possible because God had told his people to care for the poor by leaving some food for them in the fields when they harvested their crops. That night, Ruth and Naomi were able to enjoy delicious bread they were able to make, all thanks to the stalks left over that Ruth had collected.
What a lovely story. Ruth was able to collect some stalks of wheat. Can you remember why? It was because many years before, God had told the people that when the workers harvested the fields and their crops, to deliberately leave some bits left over, not to be greedy or to take it all. If you've been out near the fields at harvest time, you'll know that we have machines that harvest our crops, and people don't glean in the fields anymore. Yet we believe as Christians that we still need to look after those who have less than us. Can you think of ways we might do that? Yes, we can bring goods for the food bank, as we're invited to do this week as we celebrate harvest. God still asks us to help others and to care for them. Here's a prayer. You want to keep your hands together and your eyes closed as I pray this prayer. Dear Lord, thank you that Ruth was able to find food for herself and Naomi by gleaning. Please help us to share what we have with other people so that everyone has enough to eat. Amen. Our song today is Harvest Samba.
Oranges and yellow bananas, good
Thank you for listening so well to worship today. Go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Thanks be to God.